So, after some minor renovations of our boat, we're set to set sail. With how much more the world has opened up to us, I got the feeling that things are gonna get very interesting. So let's just dive right into it. Speaking of things, I should probably turn on random encounters eventually so I don't get underleveled, but preferably not while I'm exploring open sea. Don't want to go there. I want to go there first. Not sure if it actually will do any good, if we'll be able to go anywhere. But that's part of the experience of it all, I suppose. Now, if I was a game developer, I would hide something in that stove, because an NPC hinted to go hang out by the fire. Look, random lucky metal is nice and all, but I don't even know why I brought it up. I don't really care if they put anything there or not. But it's got me think. I've been thinking a bit about like if I was gonna make an update to quality of life, if I could do things that hint some more of the tooth stuff in the game. So I got my mind thinking about writing little hints like that along the way. I guess that's the reason it was on my mind and all. Alright. Okay, this is not nearly as bad as I thought it was. For some reason I thought we had to go through a whole obstacle course, pushing the penguin along. But no, it's a lot more straightforward than I gave it credit for. Oh, this is really going to be a stream where I don't talk, and it's all going to be up to post-commentating me to record the video, to come up with the commentary, isn't it? Oh. Well, it's an attack boost. I was going to say, but more importantly, we did a nice thing for a couple of innocent animals, and that's the important thing at the end of the day. I know we just got this. But I mean, if I'm gonna get rid of Magneto, I want to have the most powerful thing in this place. So, where to go from here? I don't think that's the place I would normally go to in a vanilla playthrough, even though it seems like you could go there right away, so I'm content with how I'm breaking the order. Thing is, I can't think of anything too special that we have. I mean, okay, there's sand. I guess we have sand, so we could take on the ruins, but I would prefer to save the ruins for when we have to go up to Champa following after bricks anyways. So we'll see. Really want to explore the ice dungeon, but there's no point in doing that until we get Parsh. I might end up doing it anyways for the lulz, but I'm gonna try to avoid it if I know I can't do everything in it. I mean, well, I guess we'll come back later. I might as well explore these islands. Can't really think of too much else, and the more things we pick up along the way, the less trips we have to make back to actually forge stuff. And that's a win in my book. What do we got on this little onslaught? Sea of time, a massive bank of fog that lies over the sea, all sailors fear it, and rightly so. I don't know if I'll ever make it through, but I'm certain my son will do someday. So as far as I can tell, this is just for lore. But a lucky medal is a lucky medal. Anything you know around here? No. Surely there's something of value on one of these islands. You think that this would be the point where the randomizer really opens up, but I forgot just how many little islands with not too much going on in them there are scattered throughout the game. Oh, this is on the way to Aqua Rock. Am I really ready to take on another rock already, though? I mean, depending on how the way the randomizer handles transfer data from the first game, there might be a gen here. I remember viewer DMing me all the details of how they handle the Lost Age stuff. How the randomizer handled that sort of stuff a while back, but I can't remember at the moment. And honestly, I'm not too worried. I'm just going with the flow. Oh, this is not the island that's nearby Aqua's Rock. This is just another part of the animal side quest. Well, I guess it's a fun time as any to bring up the fact that I was initially pushing myself to do this recording today because I've been editing these streams into videos. The first episode actually went up, I forget if it was I think it was Thursday. So a couple days ago it went up, and yeah, that's gonna be my next video series. Okay, that's where Aqua's Rock is. The point of this whole tangent is that I was doing the stream, so I made sure I had plenty of VOD to edit because I was running out. But at this rate, all I'm going to be doing is just roaming around the land, barely talking with nothing happening. So, in a sense, the point of the stream gets lost and is in vain. But this is a new area. There should be something fun that happens at the very least. There's probably new items at this shop, if nothing else. Oh, I did the thing where I thought I had a mind read on R again. Oh, we could probably cyclone these things if I had it. No, but there's definitely at least a Ginny. I don't actually, maybe there's not, because I don't remember if it's a Ginny exclusive to this game or if it's a Ginny that only pops up when you don't transfer all your gens to the Lost Age. Man, I kind of wish I could mind read him and figure out what he means by his hardships and struggles. So where is it? Where's the shoreline? Here we go. Oh, I was gonna say, that's right, we need sand. Too bad we can't do this now. But wait, I have sand! So this should get us over here, and if nothing else, we'll find out together. No, Jen. On the bright side, Aqua's Rock is right next door. Oh, but I'm not sure if I'm up to doing that after the whole ordeal of Ayers Rock. And it was like, sure, typically that's where we get parts, which we would need to do the ice dungeon that I want to do so bad. But I don't want it. But then again, Ayers Rock is where you normally get reveal. And guess what we didn't get at Ayers Rock? Because, I mean, that's the whole point of the randomizer. So I'm not feeling too high and mighty about getting anything of anything great from Aqua's Rock. So I guess if nothing else, I'm gonna just put it off until we explore all the mainlands. Depending on what time we have on the stream when I'm done with that, though. Or I could do Gaia Rock. We have... I could say we have everything we need for it, but... Do I have growth? Do I need a particular gen combination for growth? All this time I didn't even think about that. But we don't have growth, do we? I'm trying to figure... I can't remember if it's like in the normal games where you have to have a certain class combination to get it. Or if it's... Or we just can't do it yet because it's not... class. Well, considering the way that Frost and Douse works, I'm gonna just assume for now that growth works the same way. But we might as well go into town here and at least put the general area on our fast travel map. Now, is there any items you actually can get from in here before, or do we have to solve the issues before moving onwards? Oh, right. Reveal is kind of a thing. I'm not sure if I even remember that cutscene being a thing. Let's see. Sorry, my mind's kind of a blank at the moment. Doesn't help that this game has great music that gives me all the excuses in the world just to sit in and bask in the soundtrack. It doesn't help we're just roaming around the lands until we find things to figure out what to do. Right now, it seems like the two dungeons that are that we actually can take on at the moment are Aqua Rock, ironically enough, and possibly Lemuria. Oh, that's right, we need the Trident to take on Lemuria. That would have been a shame, if not perfect for comedic effect, if I didn't remember that and went through all the trouble going through Lemuria just to get my butt handed to by Poseidon and that. Okay, this IO we can't get at the moment. So I guess our options are a little more limited than I thought. I guess it really is just Aqua Rock. But while I'm this far up north though, I'm gonna just browse this continent real quick and check the other fast travel points. Did have some stories of note that could kill the time as we sail, but I'm blanking out on them at the moment. This is a tangent, but it's all I got. Does anyone else remember? Does anyone else know that if the term blowing up is still a thing people say for when something's popular? I mean, it's letting me go in here, so why not? Because I've just said in a couple places that the video that I made of Golden Sun QLL was blowing up, and I'm kind of wondering if if that's just an old term and people are gonna get real confused with me saying that or what. Also, I definitely don't feel like we should be here yet, and yet there's nothing in the game stopping me from just ransacking all of Treasure Isles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jenna's gonna get that, but for novelty's sake, let's double check everyone else. Yeah, Jenna's getting the Synergy Recover Over Time item. Where is it? There we go. Oh, it drops her speed. Why do I care? Also, why does the shield raise speed? I mean, I guess that's the nature of the beast of the randomizer. Still, oh, wrong thing. Jen is supposed to get this. Then what does this item do? Oh. Oh, of course she can't have it. Who would be the next best candidate for it? Sheba, I guess. We're like 2 seconds in. Oh. Well, I guess our treasure isle ransack ends as shortly as it began. Oh well. I mean, there's still 3 more rooms. Maybe all hope's not lost. I'm kind of just banking on the fact that there's a synergy item in here somewhere. Not that I can really complain if that's not the case. Herb's shirt, I swear some of these I've never heard of before. Oh, this is actually, this is an undershirt. Okay, should be, I'm not sure if it's just her class, but oh, I was looking at agility instead of defense again. It's weird, I was doing that a whole lot in one of my Golden Sun playthroughs. Okay, I don't think this helps me at all. At least not anytime soon. But sure. New synergy is new synergy. So that's all we can do until we can grind. But at least we got something. Now, is there any... I guess we just gotta go the long way. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a fair Rock replacement, at least for now. Oh wow, okay, you know... I think we're good on experience. I think we're good with these enemies. Alright, just give them the shoreline here. Warp around this island and... Or... I'm calling a whole continent an island, jeez. I mean, like, in a world that's completely surrounded by water, what is a continent besides a really, really large island? What can separate... You say the fact that it's connected to other landmasses, but what if those other landmasses are just the same landmass, but just a really big landmass? And we're all just on one big island. I guess it reminds me of something to talk about, like, the American culture is kind of niche as is, and then, like, I'm going for a fairly specific subset of that culture. Kind of makes it kind of hard to find stuff online about it. At least beyond the other basics that I've... At least beyond the basics that I'm already familiar with. And I know it's a weird thing to be interested in, but like I've grown up around the areas where those cultures were, so I've always had a little bit of curiosity. Oh, really? It requires carry for this sort of thing. Well, at least with the fact that it's a randomizer, we don't have to worry about waiting until Isaac's party joins. Possibly, we might still have to wait, but there's actually a chance that we wouldn't have to. I guess if nothing else, I'm getting a lot of fast travel points to check out later. I was gonna say, do I even need to push that down? But yeah. Even if I freeze that up, I still gotta jump on over to it. Just a little more browsing, and then I guess we'll go to Aqua's Rock. Gives me a chance to finish up my story at least. Let's talk a bit more about Native American culture. More specifically, something I got wrong when I initially streamed this and I wanted to correct now. To the point that I thought it'd be worth going back and re-editing this video despite being completed several weeks ago. Growing up, I lived around reservations of a northeastern Native American community. At the very least, close enough that I recall school trips, learning about longhouses, and seeing pieces of said culture displayed in a nearby museum, along with being exposed to the reservations by other means while growing up. This was not just one tribe, but several coming together to form one union. Growing up, everywhere I can recall, this union was referred to as the Iroquois. However, recently as part of Native American Heritage Day, I decided to do some casual research and see if I could learn anything new from those childhood days. The two major things I've learned today is one that it's more accurate to refer to them as Haudenosaunee. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing it, it's literally my first time ever saying it out loud, and I had to reference a video several times just before saying it. And the second thing I learned is where the term Iroquois came from, at least based on the few videos I've watched. Most of my alleged research was searching popular videos on YouTube and reading the comments after watching the videos. There's a little back and forth exchange that confused me on the matter, but based on what I learned, if I can pronounce Haudenosaunee correctly, it'd be better to try to retrain myself to refer to them that way. To me, it was worth re-editing this video instead of just acknowledging it in a video I haven't edited yet, just to assure that I address the mistake as soon as possible and apologize if it comes up in future videos. If I notice it, I'll be sure to correct it. I'm just a little concerned that I'll miss something because I don't trust my memory, and that's just in general. So, with all that said, I think I'm ready to swap the mic back to the live commentary from the live stream that this was initially recorded from. And I was running out of VODs, so that was the main reason why I'm going around doing this stream, because I was actually feeling more ambitious to work on projects than to record today, but I gotta get back in the swing of streaming this eventually, so I actually have VODs to edit. So here we are now. I'm glad you're enjoying the randomizer video. That's great to hear. A lot more work's been going into them than might meet the eye, because typically, like when I was doing the Dawn and Jin videos, that's a good example. Sure, I edited down the VODs, but not as much as you might think for that. Meanwhile, for this series, I've really been cutting around because there's been a lot more dead air, and just been feeling more ambitious to actually do the editing. Part 3 it'll become really apparent because that was the start of the second stream, which was so bad in audio quality that I kind of took it down. So I pretty much cut down 2 hours of a VOD into a 30-minute video. That was a mess in and of itself. I'm experimenting more with post-commentary on top of the live stream recordings to try to make a more immersive experience. I don't think immersive is the word I'm looking for, but to try to make a more polished thing in general. The randomizer is super fun, and it sounds like you know what you're talking about. I'm glad I give off that impression because I'm not as confident enough myself. If I do well in this randomizer, it's mostly just because childhood memories so ingrained into me that they stick in my subconscious and not my actual conscious. Because it's been so long since I've actually played this game fully that I mostly just did the randomizer, just give myself an excuse to play this game again and become more familiar with it. With working on Dawn and Jin, I put so much time into that I become way more familiar and comfortable with Golden Sun 1 than Golden Sun 2. Which is kind of crazy, because if you were to ask me that, back when I was a kid, I would definitely say that 2 would be the game that I was more familiar with and would have been my favorite. Right now, though, it feels like it's the other way around the video, but... So yeah, like... Overall... God, this is the problem with synergies costing synergy points and all being on the main lead. Yeah, I'm gonna go through all of Felix's freaking synergy. Blowing away these random bushes that I don't even need to touch. It's like I get they need to make Whirlwind stronger, or cost a bit more synergy because you actually use it in battle. But I'm not using it bad, I'm just roaming around here blowing random bushes. I don't even think it's going up as I walk around. Am I going crazy? Okay, it is. I went for all the heads. If there was a clear way to go... Oh, excuse me. Then it would have been apparent from there. I guess that's like... around... Funny you mentioned that. Like, you say that, but the only ROM hack that actually makes the Serial Synergy is the one that... is the quality of life one that I made. And honestly, that's like the one... And to be fair, that's like the one context I don't think it would actually... I swear there's more. There's a whole sand portion of this dungeon, but yeah. Like, I've gotten a little bit of knockback for making everything Serial Synergy. And to some extent I get it, because in a typical playthrough of Golden Sun, usually you get synergy back. If you're only using it outside of battle, you usually get the synergy back plenty fast enough. The Serial Synergy point thing was just kind of a carryover from what I did at Dawn and Jin, where I intentionally made the battle synergies more expensive, so it would have made a lot... It could have been a lot more cumbersome if I actually kept... if I actually kept it as the initial cost. What am I doing wrong? It feels like I'm going around in circles and it's not even Eris Rock. Hey all, if I could have a moment of your time to speak with you directly from the editing floor. Past couple videos have been... I don't even know why, but they felt a bit more rough to try to edit than usual. Lately I've been struggling to find a good place to cut these off without making the videos too short. And part of me was debating even ending off this video right when we got to this dungeon in the first place. But for the fans, I decided to leave a little bit more in. Despite how much of a time sink these past couple videos have been with how much I've been cutting out. That said, if you couldn't tell from all the lost wandering I'm doing, we're gonna be in here for a little bit longer, so... For my sanity, I'm gonna end things off here. I'll even make it up to y'all by throwing a little bit of the start of Aqua Rock into the next episode. So, look forward to that and finishing up this place in the next one. Will we get anything possibly good to help us out? Will we even be able to complete it? I guess technically you already know the answer if you're familiar with the game, but let's leave a little bit of suspense for everyone else, okay? Until next time, take care.